She thought I'd never check her private Instagram account until I made a fake profile, watched her post a date night with another man, and commented, "Nice outfit, babe. Didn't you say you were homesick?" I'm a 35-year-old guy living in Chicago. For the past 5 years, I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend, Sarah. We met through mutual friends, and our connection was immediate. Sarah is 32, works as a graphic designer, and has always had a vibrant personality that drew people to her. About 2 years ago, we decided to move in together, renting a cozy apartment in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. Our place was close to the park, and we'd often take evening walks, enjoying the cityscape and each other's company. Sarah has always been active on social media, particularly Instagram. She maintained a public account where she'd share snapshots of our life together, weekend getaways, our adopted golden retriever named Max, and her latest design projects. I appreciated her enthusiasm for documenting our moments and never felt the need to monitor her online activities. A few months ago, I began noticing subtle changes in her behavior. She became more protective of her phone, angling the screen away from me and setting it face down more often. Our conversations about our days became less detailed, and she'd often mention being tired or stressed from work. I attributed it to the pressures of her job and didn't press further. One evening, while Sarah was in the shower, her phone buzzed on the coffee table. I glanced over and saw a notification from someone named Jake. The message preview read, "Had a great time last night." My heart skipped a beat. I didn't recognize the name, and Sarah hadn't mentioned any new friends or colleagues recently. I tried to dismiss my unease, convincing myself it could be a harmless message, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Over the next few days, I became more observant. Sarah would often retreat to the bedroom to take calls, her voice hushed. She started dressing up more for girls' nights out, wearing outfits I hadn't seen before. When I complimented her, she'd smile but quickly change the subject. One night, while scrolling through my own Instagram feed, I recalled a conversation with a friend about private or Finsta accounts, secondary accounts people use to share content with a select group. Curiosity gnawed at me. I decided to investigate. I created a fake Instagram profile, choosing a generic name and using stock photos to make it appear authentic. After some searching, I stumbled upon an account with a username strikingly similar to Sarah's primary one, but with an added underscore. The profile picture was a candid shot of Sarah laughing, a photo I hadn't seen before. The account was private, but the bio read, S&J. My stomach churned. I sent a follow request, half expecting to be ignored. To my surprise, she accepted within an hour. The content of the private account was a stark contrast to her public one. There were photos of her at upscale restaurants like Nobu in the West Loop, sipping cocktails on the rooftop of the London House Hotel, and attending events I had no knowledge of. In many of the pictures, she was accompanied by a man I presumed to be Jake. They looked comfortable, intimate even. Captions like, "Date night with my favorite person," and "Weekend getaway with Jay," painted a clear picture. I felt a mix of anger, betrayal, and sadness. Seeking more clarity, I decided to interact. On a recent post of hers at Cindy's rooftop, where she was dressed elegantly with the caption, "Feeling under the weather, but this view makes it better," I commented, "Nice outfit, babe. Didn't you say you were homesick?" She saw the comment almost immediately. Within minutes, the comment was deleted, and I was blocked from the account. That evening, I confronted Sarah. I recounted everything. The message from Jake, the private Instagram account, the photos, and my comment. At first, she denied any wrongdoing, claiming Jake was just a friend. But when I presented the evidence, her facade crumbled. She admitted to meeting Jake at her gym in River North. Their friendship had evolved into something more over the past few months. I was devastated. 5 years of memories, trust, and plans for the future seemed to evaporate. I packed a bag and stayed with a friend in Wicker Park to clear my head. Over the next few days, Sarah reached out multiple times, expressing remorse and pleading for another chance. She claimed the affair was a mistake and that she still loved me, but the trust was shattered. We decided to part ways. Sarah moved out of our apartment, and I kept Max. The breakup was painful, but I knew it was the right decision. It's been a few months since then. The pain lingers, but I'm focusing on healing. I've started therapy, reconnected with old friends, and even picked up new hobbies like photography to occupy my mind. To anyone reading this, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. And always prioritize your well-being. The week after Sarah moved out felt like I was walking through fog. I'd wake up, expecting her to be in the kitchen making coffee, humming whatever song she had on repeat. But it was just silence. Max, our dog, started waiting by the front door every evening like he expected her to come back. That hit me harder than I expected. I tried to keep things normal. Went back to work, kept the apartment clean, even cooked full meals just to feel like things hadn't completely spiraled. But at night, I'd find myself scrolling through her public Instagram, which she hadn't posted on since the breakup. Nothing from Jake either, at least not on anything public. I wasn't looking for anything specific. I just couldn't stop myself. Then, about 2 weeks later, something weird happened. One of Sarah's coworkers, Julia, reached out to me on Facebook. We weren't close, but we'd all hung out a few times. She said she was sorry about what happened and that she hoped I was okay. I thanked her, not really knowing what else to say. But then she dropped a message that changed everything. I don't want to stir things up, she wrote, but I thought you should know something. Jake? He's married. With a kid. His wife used to come by the office sometimes. I stared at the screen for a long time. Jake was married? I hadn't even thought to look into him. All this time, I'd been focused on what Sarah did to me, not realizing she might have been someone's other man. And worse, someone else's family might be getting torn apart just like mine. I asked Julia if she was sure. She said yes, Jake's wife, Nicole, had shown up once to drop off their kid. She hadn't seen them in months, though. Something about Jake working remotely more often now. I didn't know what to do. Was it my place to tell Nicole? I didn't even know her. I didn't know if she already knew. But now, I couldn't unknow it. The thought of someone else going through what I was going through, it made me sick. So I did something I'm not proud of. I made another fake Instagram account. It was easier this time. I knew what to look for. I found Nicole's account. It was mostly photos of their kid, a boy around 5, and a few of her and Jake from earlier that year. Nothing recent. No pictures of them together in months. I didn't message her. I just watched for a few days, trying to figure out if she knew. Then one night, she posted a story. It was just text on a black background. Lies always find their way to the surface. Some things you can't forgive. I don't know for sure if it was about Jake, but it felt too close to be a coincidence. That same night, Sarah texted me. I hadn't heard from her since she moved out. I need to talk. Can we meet? Please. I stared at the message. I didn't reply right away. I wasn't sure I even wanted to see her again, let alone hear more excuses. But something about her tone felt different. Desperate. Not the smooth, guilt-ridden Sarah from before. This felt more like panic. I agreed to meet her the next evening at a cafe we used to go to in Lakeview. It was raining, and I showed up 10 minutes early just to settle my nerves. She arrived looking like she hadn't slept, dark circles under her eyes, hair tied up, barely any makeup. She sat down and didn't even order anything. I'm sorry, she said quietly. I know I've already said it, but I need you to hear it again. I screwed everything up. I didn't just ruin what we had. I ruined everything. I waited. I didn't say anything. I found out Jake has a family, she said, her voice cracking. He never told me. I didn't know. I swear to God, I didn't. I believed her. As angry as I'd been, I knew Sarah. If she had known he was married, it would have destroyed her. She looked shattered now, not just from guilt, but from being manipulated, used, lied to. Just like me. He ghosted me, she went on. After everything came out. Just stopped replying. Changed his number, I think. And now his wife's messaging me. I tensed up. Nicole messaged you? Sarah nodded. She found my private Instagram. Sent screenshots of everything. Called me a homewrecker. Said she was going to destroy my life. I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to comfort Sarah. Another part of me wanted to walk away and never see her again. She sent my boss the pictures, Sarah added. I'm under review now. HR's involved. I might lose my job. She broke down crying at the table. People were starting to look, but I didn't care. You think I'm a terrible person, she said through tears. But I didn't know. I never wanted to hurt anyone. Not you. Not her. Not the kid. I didn't respond. I was still processing it all. Sarah looked at me, eyes red and puffy. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just needed you to know the truth. I didn't get to have closure. I still don't. I feel like I'm drowning and everything just keeps getting worse. She left not long after. I didn't stop her. But that night, I couldn't sleep. My brain kept spinning. I thought this was just about betrayal. About heartbreak. But now I realized we were both played. And it wasn't over. Not even close. Let me know if you want part 3. Because they're about to get even worse. A few days passed after I met Sarah at the cafe. I kept replaying that conversation in my head. The way she looked. The way she spoke. She was broken, yeah, but part of me still didn't trust the full story. Something still felt off. I just couldn't figure out what. Then, one evening, I got a message from an Instagram account I didn't recognize. It wasn't Nicole. It was someone named Erica W_Burns. No profile picture. One post. The message just said, you don't know half of it. You should call me. 312-*****. At first, I was about to ignore it. Probably a scam or some troll. But then I noticed the one post on her page. It was a picture of Sarah and Jake. Together. Sitting on a boat. Smiling. Not a picture I'd seen on either of Sarah's accounts. My chest tightened. So I called the number. A woman picked up after 2 rings. Is this Daniel? She asked. Yeah. Who is this? I'm Erica. I used to work with Jake. I'm also his ex. We dated for 2 years, while he was married. I froze. She kept going. Look, I'm not here to cause more drama. But after I saw that you commented on Sarah's account, I realized what was happening. Jake does this. He targets women. Makes them feel like they're the only one. But he's been playing people for years. Not just Sarah. Not just me. I asked her how she even found me. She said she followed Jake's wife, Nicole, who shared a screenshot of my comment in a private group chat after things blew up. Erica said she felt guilty watching it unfold. I tried to warn Sarah once, months ago. Sent her a message from a burner account. She blocked me. Told Jake, I guess. And he flipped out on me. Then she sent me screenshots. Dozens of them. Text between her and Jake. Pictures. Audio clips. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Jake wasn't just cheating, he was practically living double lives. Some of the screenshots showed texts to another woman named Melissa. Some showed him asking for money. One thread was just him flirting with 3 women in a span of 10 minutes. Jake was a predator. A professional liar. I didn't know whether to tell Sarah. I didn't owe her anything, not after what she did. But if she really didn't know, if she really got manipulated like I did, then maybe she deserved the full truth too. I called her. She didn't answer the first time. Or the second. But on the third try, she picked up. She sounded tired. I need to show you something, I said. It's about Jake. We met again, this time at her friend's apartment. I brought my laptop and showed her everything Erica had sent. Her face went pale. She didn't say a word for almost 10 minutes. Just stared. Finally, she whispered. He told me she was crazy. That Erica was some obsessed ex. She leaned back and covered her face with her hands. Oh my God. That's when she told me something that changed everything again. I'm late, she said quietly. A week and a half. I haven't taken a test yet. I didn't think. But now, I stared at her, unable to speak. I don't know if it's Jake's or yours. My brain went blank. She started crying again. I'm sorry. I swear I didn't plan this. I don't even know what to do. I sat there, everything spinning. There was a real chance that, after all of this, she could be pregnant. And the child could be mine. Or his. And I wasn't even sure which was worse. We made a plan to get her tested. But while we were talking, Sarah's phone buzzed. She looked at the screen and her face went white. It's Nicole, she said. She just sent me a video. She opened it. Her hands shook. It was Jake. Screaming. In a parking lot. Yelling at Nicole while she recorded. He was trying to grab her phone. She was shouting back at him. Telling him to leave. Telling him to admit what he did. Then Jake turned to the camera and said, I'll ruin you. You and your little Instagram army. You think this is over? Watch what happens next. The video cut off. I felt sick. Sarah put the phone down slowly. He's unraveling. I nodded. And if he feels cornered, he might come after us too. She looked at me, panic in her eyes. What do we do? And that's where we are now. We're waiting on a pregnancy test. We're waiting to see what Jake does next. And deep down, I have this awful feeling that the worst hasn't even happened yet. Because when a man like Jake feels like he's losing control, he doesn't go down quietly. A week after Sarah dropped the news about the possible pregnancy, we sat in her apartment in dead silence. She had taken the test that morning. We were both too nervous to look. It sat on the bathroom sink like a bomb waiting to go off. She finally stood up. We have to check. She walked to the bathroom. I stayed frozen on the couch, heart racing. I heard her breath catch. It's positive, she said, barely above a whisper. Time slowed. Okay, I said, not sure what else to say. Neither of us spoke for a long time. I couldn't even look at her. I felt like my entire body had turned to ice. I'm going to get a paternity test, she said finally. I know we need to know. I nodded. You think Jake will even show up for that? I don't know, she said. But I'm done protecting him. I'm done being scared. A few days later, she filed for a legal paternity test. But that same night, things came to a head in a way no one expected. It happened at a gallery event downtown. Sarah had submitted one of her projects to be displayed, and I came for support, mostly because I wanted to be near in case Jake tried anything. Nicole came too. She'd reached out again after the video incident, wanting to make peace and understand everything. They had spoken, surprisingly calmly, and agreed they were both victims in different ways. The place was full, maybe 60 people milling around the open space, drinking cheap wine, pretending to be fancy. I was chatting with Nicole when the door burst open. Jake. He walked in like he owned the place, wearing a black leather jacket and a twisted smirk on his face. The whole room seemed to hold its breath. Sarah saw him. She didn't flinch. Leave, she said loudly. But Jake didn't leave. Instead, he marched straight up to her and said, So this is how you want to do it? Make me the villain? Humiliate me? You humiliated yourself, she snapped. You lied to me, to her, to everyone. Jake laughed, loud and bitter. Oh, come on, Sarah. Don't act like you're innocent. You were cheating on your perfect little boyfriend over there. Don't try to paint yourself as some kind of victim. Then he turned to me. You know she begged me not to leave her, right? Said you didn't satisfy her. Said I made her feel alive. The room went dead quiet. Every eye was on us. Sarah's voice cracked. That's not true. Jake smirked. Really? Should I read the text out loud? Nicole stepped in. Don't you dare. But Jake pulled out his phone anyway and started scrolling. That's when Sarah lost it. She grabbed the phone out of his hand and threw it. It hit the floor, screen cracked, and everyone jumped. Get out, she screamed. Get out before I call the police. Jake looked at her, face twisted in rage. This isn't over, he hissed. You want to ruin me? Fine. Just remember. Whatever happens next, you asked for it. He stormed out. The door slammed behind him so hard the lights flickered. Nobody said anything for a few seconds. Then Nicole whispered, He's completely unhinged. People started whispering. Some left. Others just stared. I pulled Sarah aside. She was shaking. I didn't say those things to him, she said, tears welling up. He's twisting everything. I swear to you. I believed her. But it didn't stop the damage. That confrontation sparked a wave of fallout. Word spread fast. The gallery banned Jake permanently. Nicole filed for a restraining order. Sarah's boss found out about everything and put her on leave until further notice. The paternity test took 2 weeks to come back. Negative. It wasn't my child. And it wasn't Jake's either. Sarah sat across from me, stunned. I don't understand, she said. There's no one else. Turns out, it was a false positive. Her doctor confirmed it. Hormone irregularities. Stress. It happens. The strange relief that hit me, God, I didn't expect it. I was exhausted. And finally, there was nothing more tying any of us together. We talked after that. Long talks. Calm talks. No yelling. No crying. Just the two of us trying to untangle the wreckage of what we used to be. Sarah apologized again and again. She told me she understood if I never wanted to see her again. I told her I forgave her. But I also told her I couldn't go back. Not to what we had. Not after everything. The trust wasn't just broken. It was obliterated. She nodded. I get it. I'll always regret what I did. Nicole and I stayed in touch for a little while. Mostly support. Then we drifted apart, which felt right. Jake vanished. Deleted his social media. Moved to another city, I heard. Good riddance. Now, months later, I'm still in Chicago. Still walking Max. Still going to the same coffee shop. But I'm different. I don't check anyone's phone anymore. I don't second-guess myself every time someone laughs at a text. I'm learning to let go of things I can't control. And I'm learning not to carry the blame for other people's choices. I don't know what the future holds. I'm not hopeful, not broken. Just real. And that's enough. Sarah and I ended things for good, but with a strange kind of peace. The story didn't end in romance or revenge. Just truth. Painful, ugly truth. And somewhere in that wreckage, I found myself again. That's all I really needed.